Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our guest tonight is a very talented singer-songwriter. Please help me welcome Rodrael. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
How's it going,
man? Good. Bless.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I definitely appreciate your time. Listen, for those who maybe are in the dark, haven't heard about you, tell us about your background and kind of how you got to where you are today.
Okay, cool. Well, I started really doing music when I was in middle school, just like church choir. And then I went to Performing Arts High School, Oakland School for the Arts, which is the well-known performing arts high school in Oakland. But at the time when I started, it just begun, and I studied music and creative writing there. And then from then on, it was like after college, after high school, I didn't really take it seriously. But then a couple of years later, I was just like, I realized that it started to take up all my time. Like I just like to record on my phone, on GarageBand, or started to write songs, and I was like, okay, I started performing on college campus. I went to UC Santa Cruz, and then I started to perform there. And then people were like, "You're good. Like you should really take this serious." And then after I graduated, worked with young people in Oakland. I'm from the East Bay, from Oakland, California, and then I went to Southern California to get my master's in music business, just to learn the business side. And then so for the past really like 7-8 years, I've been taking it serious and really just trying to find who I am as an artist. And I finally feel like I have a sound that I feel good about. I'm putting out music that's authentic and real and true to me and reflective of like my story, my community. Definitely I don't really write about, I don't have too many like R&B love songs, everybody's like, we're an R&B singer, but I write a lot about like my community, a lot about what it means to be a young person in an urban community, what it means to go to college, to be first generation, what it means to go back to my community, what it means to be a dreamer, and those are the things that I guess I'm about, so I feel like your music should reflect.
Absolutely.
You. And so,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, one of the songs I listened to tonight, and I really love, is a song you did a tribute to Anton Sterling called "Is it One by One?"
One by One. One by One.
That song was powerful. So,
thank you.
You talked about your inspiration and what how do you create the music you do. Who were some of your inspiration? Earlier inspiration growing up.
Yeah. Well, of course, I think my number one inspiration of all time is Donny Hathaway. I love Donny Hathaway. Someday We'll All Be Free is my favorite song of all time. So it's like anytime I'm going through something, I'll like just put it on, like let it replay like 20 times. Definitely Marvin Gaye. Like when you hear, I guess, One by One, like the falsettos, like the smoothness of his voice, the contents, like the things that he sang about. Like he was maybe one of the first singers that I actually like listened to when my parents played, and I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean, like the smoothness of his voice. And then what I guess I grew up in the '90s, so I say like people like Donnell Jones. Because he's smooth, he's just real smooth with it. Usher, Boyz II Men, John B, those kind of like smooth guys that had like the softer voices. Definitely those R&B guys, and then there's other groups like I like City High, like I like City High because they were saying like, what would you do? Had that song that had a couple other songs that were more about just being a young person. And nowadays, the artists that I listen to now, I really like August Alsina. I like his songwriting. I like the realness and the authenticity of like his story and the things that he writes about. He doesn't really, like when you really listen to his album, it's not like a whole bunch of sex like some of his singles maybe, but it's a lot of just like, this is my story, this is my life. And I like Janae Iko, because she writes a lot about death and life a lot, and like just being at peace. And so, like, those are the artists. It's sometimes it's content, but sometimes, like, as far as vocalists, those '90s guys, like, this movement is like I really try to imitate them. So those are some of my influences.
And you mentioned going back to school and getting your master's in the business, music, business. Why was that important to you?
I think because when you come from a place like Oakland, or when you come from a place where there's a lot of young people who have a lot of talent, it be young people of color, young people from the inner city, young people from the hood, there's a lot of talent there, but there's not a lot of, I guess, mentors or leaders in the community that can, like, help drive that talent, or just, like, make sure that we're going in the right direction, we're not getting played, or we're not being foolish. Like, even if we come up on some money, like, grew up in Oakland seeing, people come up, maybe get a little fame, and then, like, just splurge out on their money, right? And not know what to do with it. Or, coming when you're poor and then you come up on some money, it's like, oh, I'm about to buy, like, a Rolex. I'm about to buy a nice car.
Right.
About to go shopping. And instead of just, like, investing it or putting it in the right place. And I think, like I have this talent, I have this, like, passion, but, like, how do I cultivate it, and like, what are the steps that I need to do? And I didn't know that. Like, I felt like I had a grip on the artistic side. I didn't have like a knowledge on the business side, even though my pops, he was like a distributor in the Bay Area, but at the same time, like, the business changed so much from when he was in the business to now, that it's like, okay, I just know that I like to do this, and I take it seriously. And then my mom was just like, she researched the program, and she was like, you should apply. And then, like, I guess that's the story.
Yeah. And it's important because, like you said, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know the business, you can be taken advantage of. Even if you hire people that do the business, if you don't have any kind of inkling of what's going on, that's how these stars end up, broke. You're like, you sold millions of records, how you broke? So I think it was important that obviously you felt so it was important as well for you to go and pursue that, which is great.
Thank you.
So what are you working on now?
Right now, I'm working on releasing my EP. So One by One and the songs that I sent you, those are all from the EP. It's been a 3-year journey, right? Just as a do-it-yourself, completely indie DIY artist, doing everything myself. I wanted to make sure that I really do it the right way. I wanted to make sure that I got a publicist. I got visuals. I got the music that matches, like, everything else. So I took my time. I really wanted to put a product out that I felt proud about. So I took, it was a journey the last 3 years, 5 songs, and then we're starting to do promo, and by July, like, it'll be all available, like, to stream. There's some music, like One by One, and another song, like, on Spotify. And, I put that out at the time because it was urgent, you know what I mean? And I felt like it's still urgent, but at the time, like, I really wanted to release that. So, I mean, and I'm so, I guess, indie that it's like, it's okay to wait a whole year to release it again, because I didn't do heavy press and heavy promo. Now we're starting to, like, pick up that train. So my EP called Show 'Em, which is another one of the singles, Show 'Em.
Yeah, Show 'Em. Young Gully, excuse me, Young Gully. Yep. So when does your EP come out?
It's gonna come out the second week of July. I don't have a specific day. I just know I want it the second week of July.
Okay.
And I don't know. It keeps on getting pushed back. I think that at this point I was so calculated on, like, making sure I had a product and taking my time that it's like I keep on pushing it back. But I've already, like, started working on the second project. I already recorded those songs. So at this point, I kind of need to push myself to just release all the content. I have 2 other videos. So four out of the 5 songs is music videos too. So that's cool. So everything is finished. The only thing is like putting it out. Which I'm just going to aim the second week of July.
Okay. Well, I know we'll be in for a treat for sure. If it's anything like my song, One by One, it's going to be a treat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely. What do you want people, when they listen to the EP, when it comes out in July, they listen to it, they listen to all 5 tracks. What do you want them to know about you as an artist?
I want them to know that I want them to feel the authenticity. I want them to feel a little bit of Oakland, a little bit of California. I want them to know that social issues are important to me and I guess drive aspects of my music. Like One by One, that song was inspired from me watching the news.
Right.
And me going into the studio and just started to sing, and the producer starting to play the keyboard, and then I'm driving home on the 405 freeway in LA, and then I just started singing One by One. Like, I want it to be really simple. I was thinking about Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday and how it was so simple, how the words were so simple but yet so powerful, and One by One is so simple. It's 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. That's what I said the whole song, and I really wanted to get the emotion. So I want people to know that I'm an emotional singer, I'm an authentic singer, and I'm really writing about stuff that is either my life or it affects me deeply. So like show them, that song is really just about showing people that no matter if you're from Oakland, from New York, Florida, Louisiana, like, especially if you're in an urban community, you can show people that you're about something, and that you're not bound to your city or you're like bound to the things that people think you are. And so, like the first lyric of the song is, let me start this anthem proper, from poverty still finish college. So that was important to me. I have a little kid dance group dancing in it. I really wanted to reflect young people, our stories. And yeah, I want people to know that, I want people to feel like they know me. And I feel like every song is either emotional or it's a piece of me. And so, like, I don't really have there's one song called Deserve That, which sounds like can be an R&B song, but it's about domestic violence. It's about women that I've known, that are my friends, that have been in abusive relationships, and how they don't deserve that. And I have like little, fun little lines that say, switch it up with me. But what I'm really getting to is it's a song about women being mistreated. So like every song on the EP is about something that has transpired into a story or is my story. So I want people to know that I'm just not an R&B singer, you know what I mean? Like, that's singing about sex or getting high, and that's cool too, like we all do it, like, and that's dope. But I want people to really feel like they know me personally, and they're really like experiencing this with me. So yeah.
Most definitely. Well, tell everyone where they can follow you on social media, your website. Where can we keep up with all the great things you're doing?
Yeah. So everything is practically RODRAEL, Rodrael _music. So IG, Rodrael _music. My YouTube channel with the music videos, Rodrael _music. My SoundCloud, just type in my name, Rodrael, RODRAEL. And then my website and all of that is on my IG. So there's a direct link to that. But if you pretty much type in my first name,
we'll find you.
it's unique. It's unique enough for it to be found on Google.
Exactly.
Right? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, Rodrael, thank you, man, so much for joining us, and I wish you continued success on this EP and all the things you're working on. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, Stephen Knight. I really appreciate it.
All right. Listen, we'll be right back after this.